I am joined by, he brought us to our feet in 2008 as the anchor of the men's 4x100 freestyle relay. Joining me tonight, my friend and teammate, Jason Lezak. Thanks for being here, Jason.
Hey, Ari. Thanks for having me.
Now, we were just reminiscing because I think it was 2011, 2012. We lived down the street from each other, and occasionally I would drop in on your swim practices in Irvine and got a little taste of what it was like to be a sprinter.
Yeah, it was fun. You didn't realize sprinting was so difficult. I gave you
Sprinting?
some 25s, and when I gave you 5 minutes rest, you complained, and you said, this is too hard.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Okay, different story. So I go into this, and I had a lot of yardage under my belt as a young swimmer. I mean, being a 400 IMer, we've logged it a lot. And so I think my first day with him, I was like, okay, Jason, what are we going to do today? I'm really psyched. Are we doing hundreds, 200s, 75s fast? And you're like, I think we're going to go between 4 and 8 25s with 5 to 7 rests in between. And I was like, is that it?
I'm pretty sure you're exaggerating. I could go back to my log because I kept it really well.
You did keep a good log.
Yeah, I was on point right there. Keeping my workouts together, knowing what I was doing, and it made a difference. You had to learn from your mistakes, and maybe I gave too many minutes rest on that set, and I learned from it, and I improved. In the following year, I made my 4th Olympic Games.
Yeah, you did. Okay, so I think that you're one of the best athletes, swimmers, at knowing what your body needs. And you've obviously developed that over time, but how did you come to be so tuned into that?
Well, I think a lot of it was at an early age. I was just paying a lot of attention to it. And I think as we're seeing here in the pool, it's unfortunate some of these older swimmers aren't doing as well as I would have hoped, because I really like a lot of these guys, a lot of my friends that I've been on a lot of Olympic teams with. Yeah. But you kind of just have to understand it and listen to yourself sometimes and make changes. And I was really willing to make those changes as I went on. And sometimes necessarily working hard every second, every day is not the right thing to do. Sometimes you have to back off a couple days and figure out and get back to that point where you feel good again and you can start training hard again. So, I just got it dialed in really and figured it out.
Yeah, and I think as swimmers, we really want to just go hard day after day. And, we're used to just putting in the yardage and doing the work. And it is sometimes the hardest thing to take a step back and say, no, my body needs rest. I need to focus on technique. And I really admire you for the work that you did there.
Well, thank you. I mean, I learned a lot, like I said, learning from mistakes. My first year, I wrote my practices ahead of time. I did them to a T.
Yeah.
And then I realized I needed to make changes. And I adapted actually during the practices and made changes during the workout based on what I needed that day.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we saw the 100 freestyle semi tonight. What is it like to watch a heat of men go out that you used to participate in this? This was one of your best races, I think, maybe?
Yeah, it was. I actually have the U.S. Open record.
Yeah,
I was looking at the heat sheet, but I didn't even know that. It's funny because I've been here the whole time and I've seen all the other races and I get excited to watch the races and it's fun. But this was the first time where the athletes were marching out and my heart started pumping and I felt like I was getting nervous. I was like, why am I swimming?